Well, this is epic. This is your senior moment. Day 7, 140 is the number we'll hit today, of 620 for the month, and for 27,290 calisthenics for the year. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Young Living or Assisted Living. You can make your home a healthy home, but it all starts with you. I've been asked a number of times, Keith, what is that little tablet that you are looking at all the time? So I make my notes. This is called a Remarkable. If you can see that, Remarkable, and I actually write on it. It's electronic paper. So I write on it just like paper, the glare off of there, and it goes to my computer, it goes everywhere, but I can just make notes and write on it. So as I'm thinking about stuff, I write it down. And yes, I make significant notes for the senior moment. Today, we're going to talk about alignment. So we had a coaching session this week with our business coach. And yes, we have a business coach, have had for years and years and years. And they were talking about alignment. And I've been asked a few times if I felt that the senior moment was in alignment with our overall goal and mission that we have. And I kind of feel that it is. You know, I've always been involved in training. I've trained hundreds and hundreds of real estate agents, and alignment is always a big part of that training. How do you work your business to align with your family and your family life? So I just wanted to share a little bit of my thoughts on alignment. All of these thoughts on a senior moment. I'm no expert. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a philosopher. I'm not a athletic trainer. Nothing. These are just my thoughts from my experience of 45 years in business. So Webster says an alignment of groups or force in relation to one another. An alignment of groups or forces in relation to one another. That's the definition of alignment. Quick story, I met with some people to sell their house recently, and I asked where they're going, like we always do, and they kind of looked at one another a little sheepishly and announced that they were getting a divorce. And they said that they'd grown apart, and they remained friends. And they were friendly. I mean, it's as we're in the conversation, it's like, why are you guys getting a divorce? But they were just not in alignment with one another, and they could see that going forward, it was just going to get worse. So a couple like this, like so many others, were not in alignment with their actions or their goals or their outlook on life. So some other examples of alignment, if you want to just kind of get your head around what that is. Church is a good example of people who are aligned in what the mission is. Sometimes you'll hear people that are out shopping for a church. And what does that mean, shopping for a church? Aren't all churches the same? Heck no, they're not the same. So different churches have different emphasis, if you will, different focus, local ministries, foreign ministries, fixing or helping the elderly, supporting children, all those things. So there is a tendency to look for a church that is more in line with what your own personal beliefs are. And so are the programs, then when you look at the church, you say, well, now a church will have a mission statement. Is their mission statement is here? Are their programs aligned with their mission statement? So like anyone, I say I'm going to do this, but then I act that way. Which one is the truth? Then there's sports. Look at sports. What's the game plan for sports? So you've got, let's get real, professional athletes. They're all good. If you're in the NFL, you are at the top of your game or you wouldn't be there. So why is it that a particular team can put together a group of athletes and they can perform at an exceptional level, where another team will put together an equally talented group of athletes and underperform? What is that all about? And it all comes down to the coaching. And the coaching is that they instill the need for that team to be in line with one another and with the game plan for the day. And when someone isn't executed executing in alignment, then the team fails. So you'll hear a lot of times that there's problems in the locker room, right? They've got lots of talent, and these guys get traded all the time, so it's not like you're stuck. It's the same guys on one team will excel, and on another team they'll fail. Why is that? It has to do with aligning with the coaches. So, and then you have political organizations. Political organizations, they've got their platform, and people align with some of the items on the platform. But there's very few purists, and most of the time, you're going to have, if people are honest, they'll look at the platform and they'll say, well, I agree with that, I agree with that, probably not so much on that one, and so forth and so on. And they align based on that. So how does that apply to our life? Well, really, the question is, are you associated with people in your inner circle who are in alignment with your goals, dreams, and vision for the future? I know this is true for men in particular, so I'll just address that. And for women, it's probably similar, but always a little different. We will have a large group of people we know and people who know us, especially if you've been working in a community for any length of time at all. And then there's a smaller circle of people that you, let's just say you run into frequently. So you see them at the coffee shop, you see them at the restaurant, you see them on the street, you wave, and you maybe chat a little bit, and you're friendly. And then there's the inner circle. And the inner circle is a very small group of people for most guys. For most guys, if it's 6 is a big number. So it's a very small group of people, and those are the people that you actually would trust with your secrets, who you trust enough to seek their advice, to seek their counsel, to bounce ideas off. That is the inner circle. So who is in that inner circle? And are those people in alignment and supportive of your long-term goals and ambitions? If they aren't, maybe they don't belong in the inner circle. Misalignment is a problem. It's a distraction and causes problems. Conflict arises out of misalignment. It takes energy, attention, and it takes away from your personal mission. Think of the alignment of your tires on your car. If your car tires are out of alignment, what happens? You ruin the tires. If you're out of alignment with the people that are close to you, you're going to ruin relationships, and you're going to ruin your or delay your outcome for your life and for your goals. So take a look at your tribe. Are you in alignment? Or are there some people who you should maybe just distance yourself from because they are not aligned with you? And that's not to say, it has nothing to do with love. I just want to make this clear. You don't abandon people you love, because you can love people and not be aligned with them. Everyone deserves your love, but not everyone deserves your time. So if you're going to be spending time with people, because time is a resource that is so limited, spend the time with people that you are aligned with and distance yourself from those that you are not aligned with. So take a look at your activities. Are they aligned with your goals and dreams? If your goal, for example, is to own your own business, you want to own your own business, but you spend 4 hours in front of the screen every night playing video games, that activity is not aligned with your stated goal of owning a business. It's out of alignment with your stated goal. So this is, I guess, what the message I would say. Watch what you read, or be careful of what you read and watch. Be mindful of it. Be mindful of who you're spending your time with. Be mindful of what you're spending your time on. Be mindful of where you're spending your money. Again, if your goal is to save up money so you can buy a house, but you're going to the bar every Friday night and spending, dropping $100 or $200 on beer and pizza, that's out of alignment with your stated goal. So that's what I have on alignment today. I hope that was helpful to you. Again, these thoughts are my own, and I make no claim one way or other about them. Okay, so gratefulness for the day. I am grateful for t-shirts. And I'm grateful for t-shirts because they're everywhere. That's another thing. It's everywhere. You get them for promotions. You go to a charitable event, they give you a t-shirt. You go to work in their businesses, they're promoting, and they give you a t-shirt. If you have a company picnic, they got a t-shirt. T-shirts are everywhere, and they're so useful. And because they're relatively cheap, you can have a lot of them. I went online, I was looking at t-shirts, and you can buy a t-shirt for $100. Do you believe that? Who would pay $100 for a t-shirt? And I'm looking and I say, what makes this t-shirt worth $100? It was made in the same sweatshop in China that the one was that I got for free at the giveaway of the 5K run or whatever event it was last week. $100 for a t-shirt, unbelievable. Here's the other thing I discovered, and this is what I'm really grateful for. I put on a t-shirt and the thing is hanging down like to here. So I always tuck my t-shirts in. It's hanging down to here. It made me realize I'm not chubby. My torso's too short. So if I had a longer torso that fit the t-shirt, I wouldn't have this belly on me. It's just a thought. Let me know in the comments if you think that I'm accurate in that assessment, because I'd love to hear your feedback. Do you love t-shirts? What is your favorite t-shirt that you have? Do you have a favorite t-shirt? Do you have that kind of go-to one that if you're going to just kick back and relax on the weekend, you seem to always put that t-shirt on because, I don't know, it makes you feel good. You like the color, you like how it wears, you like what it is or whatever. Let me know in the comments. Even take a picture of yourself in the t-shirt and drop it in there. That'd be super duper. Okay, so I'm up early this morning. I'm got the garbage out already and everything. I'm all up. I've already had my 19th cup of coffee, did my push-ups, did my sit-ups, but I saved the deep knee bends for this. So I just want to do our deep knee bends together. We're going to do 20 deep knee bends. I've already been critiqued on my form. Can you believe it? On deep knee bends, my form on sit-ups. As I mentioned when we first started this, we don't care about form, just do them. You know, you'll come as you get used to it, you'll adopt and whatever. But I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not any of that stuff. So okay, here we go. We're going to do 20 deep knee bends. Touch the floor. I like to touch the floor. That way I know I'm down deep, all the way down, and I get that stretch in the back that I'm looking for. 1, 2. I got my palms. 3, 4, palms right on the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8. You can look down or look ahead. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. One comment I got was, your knees aren't supposed to be over your toes. I don't know how I'd tip over if I didn't do that. Okay. The older I live, or the longer I live, the older I want to get. We'll see you tomorrow.